instance of like in SeaWorld, like there were multiple times where a trainer was in a sexual relationship with a dolphin. I mean, yeah, that's pretty fucked up that the trainer was like, yeah, I want to sleep with this dolphin now. But the dolphin was smart enough to understand and begin this relationship. Dolphins have tried to, like, there are tons of videos of like dolphins like trying to like rape scuba divers and stuff like that. Also, they common known fact, but they will use pufferfish toxins to get high. They're like just little like perverse druggies.
Dolphins.
They're smart enough to understand that all the things they're doing are wrong, but they do them anyway.
You know what?
Yeah, all of us need to go around and talk about one animal that we hate, because everyone has like at least one animal that people like, but they just really, really dislike.
Wait, can I go on my bit about sharks first?
Oh my Jesus Christ.
I think they are, my mom has this big thing about how she hates sharks because she thinks they're freaky. And I mean, that's literally just because society has conditioned people to be afraid of sharks. First of all, shark attacks don't happen often at all. And also, it's because sharks are literally like, I don't want to like dumb them down, but they're not very intelligent. Like yeah, they're apex predators. They're very good at hunting, but that's just because like brute strength, they're way bigger than their prey, and they're just meant to be good hunters. They don't really have like complex thought. And also a lot of sharks have this thing where when they smell blood, when they get into like their hunting mode, they grow this like thin layer of skin over their eyes so they can't actually see. That's the thing. I know great white sharks do it, but it's designed to protect them from like getting like blood and particulate and stuff in their eyes while they're trying to hunt.
Wow.
So most of the time they can't really even see their prey, and most of them don't have great eyesight, so they can't see their prey that well to begin with. The reason that like they attack like surfers and stuff like that so commonly is because like the pattern of how they swim looks like a seal from below. So they only attack people because they don't understand. They don't attack people on purpose. And then like there are all these shark movies that are like, oh my god, sharks, they're so scary. And I watched this nature documentary with my mom, and there's one where it's like this video of all these sharks in this like super remote coral reef, and the narrator was like, this is the only place where there's like the correct population of these sharks. And my mom was like, that's so disgusting, look at all the sharks. And it's like, Queen, I'm going to smite you if you keep on talking smack about the sharks.
The sharks like, keep the population.
It's so mean, they're killing the fish. And I was like, if you were a shark, you would also kill the fish or you would die. Like
and the sharks keep the population from being overgrown, just depending on the species that live in it, but it helps it.
Yeah, that bothers me about my mom. She's always like, when we watch these nature shows, she's always like offended that like some cute prey animal is getting eaten. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, Queen. That's what a nature show is. They're like, oh, here's this cheetah. It's gonna kill like a capybara. Like,
they don't live in this. Oh wait.
It was a jaguar, actually. It was trying to kill a capybara, and then it, like, lost. And my mom was not offended when it killed, like, a very small crocodile. She was like, oh, that's fine. It was like, yeah, you can admit it. It's because you think the crocodile's ugly.
Crocodiles are cute. Have a bias
on how things look.
I love a crocodile. Oh,
to be honest, it kind of bothers me when, like, something is objectively ugly. Like, you can think anything's cute but it kind of bothers me when there's, like, some absolutely not objectively cute animal and someone's like, it's so cute, and it's like, you can think that it's cute, but I'm pretty sure that was just a lie because other people think that it's not cute.
Okay, I have a lot of things to say. So first, ostriches. I saw a TikTok about, and in the comments they were sharing a lot of weird things that happen with animals' brains when they come in contact with humans. So ostriches get so physically attracted to humans that they can't live without them, and they like try and have sex with them because they're so physically attracted to humans. Isn't that really weird? Like the bird is like, you're hot.
Animals.
That's just insane. Also,
I hate it when dogs hump you and the owner's like, that's just him, and it's like, get him off of me, please.
Yeah. Also, I had my phase. I had a lot of phases, but one of my phases was a business card obsession. So I had a whole book of business cards that I collected, and then I made my own business card and would give it out to people. That's kind of cute, though.
That's really cute.
I want to
imagine if like a little kid give you a business card.
Here I am. Yeah. And it had like my art on it from like 3rd grade. From like Artsonia. Did all schools do Artsonia, or was that just my school?
No,
I did that at my school in like when I went to school in New Jersey, they still had like Artonia, and they could, like order like a mug with your art on it.
Yeah. We had Artsonia at Cherrytown. What, Ron?
My school used to do that.
Yeah.
But except like make it redneck. We had to draw farm animals, and then we had to give it to a farm. Like the best one went to a farm, and then they like, displayed it in their barn. And then also you got your artwork back on like whatever object you wanted.
That is so strange.
Yeah.
Okay, Ohio.
I love Ohio, Rowan.
I don't know. And at Maple Glen, they made us do this like contest to draw a poster for the fire department.
Yeah.
And this was back in one of my stranger phases. So for some reason, I drew like a highly detailed like Dalmatian furry and sent it. It was really bad. I spent a lot of time on it, and I got really offended when they didn't pick it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, pick my furry.
I remember when.
Oh, TFES had a. Sorry, go ahead.
When me and Liz were, I remember the 5th grade yearbook cover was picked, and their parents traced it from the internet, and we were so mad. Yeah.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Oh wait, speaking of the fire contest, the girl who won, it was like totally rigged. The girl who won, like her dad was a firefighter. And it was like, okay. Was a firefighter who worked at this place, and I was like, this is not even fair. He's just picking his daughter.
In my elementary school, we had like during Halloween, we had like a Halloween art contest. So it was like a Halloween parade, and then like an art contest where it's like a few people from each grade, and I never won. And I remember when we were in 5th grade, and I wasn't jealous of her because she was my friend, but I was like, "That's my last chance. I can never be good again." But with the thing, you know, like how, like in his whole family.
Yes.
I don't understand the stuff he posts on Snapchat, and it kind of freaks me out. Like I don't know who he's talking to or who he thinks like understands what he's saying. Who's his target audience?
I don't like it when people post random things about like the Eagles where they're like Wentz should have blah blah blah, and I'm like,
you remember when he posted? My parents want me to get a girlfriend. Any girls? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that. Snapchat.
God, he would always post like those question things, and he'd be like, "Swipe up, girls only."
Yeah.
Dude, when I was in like 3rd grade, he like launched a singing career and like went like mildly viral. And then they had like this big party for him where the whole grade was invited, like at school. Like we had a party because he sung some song. Oh my god, imagine like the blow if your first girlfriend was like a known lesbian. Like it wasn't even like you dated her and then found out she was a lesbian, but like you knew from the start that you were dating a lesbian.
He knew.
Oh,
anyways,
no.
So in my synagogue does this thing called the Purim spiel, where it's like every year during Purim, which is one of like which is a holiday, they like take a well-known musical and rewrite it so that it's the story of Purim.
Oh.
So they did like Les Mis.
Oh no.
And
don't you dare disrespect Les Mis like that.
Something else, but I remember. So the music director was his aunt, and it starred his mother, father, himself, his aunt, his uncle, and his 2 little cousins. And you want to know the worst part? I had one solo. I was 12, and I had a solo. But halfway through the show, it got taken away from me and given to the director's daughter, who was a toddler.
Your family production.
Literally, the shaded you.
I know. It was her name was, and it's little cousin, and I hated her. And we had to wear. And here's the thing: she didn't take me out of the scene. She just didn't give me a solo, so I still stood there.
No, Jordan, no.
Matching costumes.
Oh.
And it wasn't even a real part in the show. It was written in.
No,
It's awful, and I don't like them.
Yeah, I had to block
One
him.
time I went to his house because he said he was gonna have it was 8th grade, and all the other theater 8th graders were supposed to go because he had all the DVDs from the shows we did, so we were all gonna go watch. And then I went with Kate, and a couple other people came. It was really awkward because there were less people than we thought there were going to be. And then he had to leave, and she didn't tell me, so I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and she was gone, and it was literally just me and for 30 minutes while I waited for my mom to come get me.
God.
I had to.
He was like, "You should try the pizza." And then his mom came in. He was like, "Who's this nice girl?" And I was like,
Oh.
I had to carpool with him every week.
Well.
Wait, I think I was there one time when you were carpooling.
You know what I did? I don't feel bad about this at all. I'm a very good hostess.
Yeah.
When someone else is in my house or in my car, I do a very good job to try and make sure they're not awkward or anything. But I went in my room while he had to sit in the living room and wait. I did not care. I was like, you will sit here on the couch and wait until we go to Hebrew school. I'm in my room doing my homework or whatever I'm doing. I did not care. Oh my God, I love how I was like, my mouth tastes weird because of cereal. And she was like, yeah, well, I have 4 ruptured discs in my bag.
She was like,
oh wait, speaking of creepy men we had to block, I blocked, I restricted and he still replies to all my stories. I didn't want to full out block him because I feel like he would know. So I did that thing where you restrict, which means he can't comment on my posts.
Yeah.
And anytime he tries to DM me, it gets sent to requests instead of my actual DMs. And then a couple days ago, it showed up in my request. Oh God, who is it now? And I just checked him, and it was I posted that picture of that peacock at that antique store, and he was like, "That is a peacock," and it was like, I was there with the peacock. Why are you telling me it's a peacock? You think I posted a picture of it? I just posted a picture with no text because I thought it was a cool picture of this peacock in this well decorated antique room. And it was I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. Even if I were friends with him, what does he want me to say in response to his declaration that is a peacock? It's not I posted the picture and was like, what kind of bird is this? Can anybody help me? It's I posted it and I know it's a peacock. Why are you telling me it's a peacock?
He calls me and then texts me being like, sorry, that was my brother.
Dude, he freaks me out. He's in my English class, and he's always posting weird stuff in the chat and speaking up and reading his writing. And one time were talking to each other, and they were unionizing and talking about their weird incel things, and it was stop it. No, it was he shared some writing piece he made about how he thinks that volcanoes are pimples. And then after that, Miss was when I was 28 and I first started teaching, this girl came into my class and she was really pretty. She was really, really pretty. But she had this massive pimple on her nose. And she walked in, she had this pimple. It was giant. She was so pretty, but the pimple was the size of her whole face. And I saw it and I laughed a little bit. And then, I could tell that I hurt her feelings. And she, ran out of the room crying. And I was like, what the fuck? How do I respond to anything that just happened?
Is that real?
Yeah, he was I felt so bad. But it was the pimple was, so big.
You can literally report him. That is...
What are you talking about? You're an adult man.
That is incel shit. That is crazy.
It's just because he's just a weird. How I describe him is a sponge of a man. He reminds me of SpongeBob when he got the suds. He's just a very strange, awkward man. He's always talking to us we're his therapist, and always going on these strange tangents where literally no one has any idea what he's talking about. And when we do interactive things, when we're we had us do this thing where we're all calling out different themes and all the King's Men, and someone was political corruption. He was corruption. Is that really the word we want to use? How do we feel, guys? How do we feel about corruption? Is it corruption? It's I know you want us to say a specific word, but if you want us to say a specific word, why don't you say it? Because we don't know what you mean when you go on these lunatic ramblings about whether corruption is truly the word. And it's literally on the back of the book, it describes the novel as being about political corruption. What word do you want us to say?
That's crazy.
I could go on about him for hours.
After thing, I am like rethinking all of like the situations I've been in that are really strange to look back on.
Yeah.
We have like first-hand experience because he was in our art class, like Jordan and mine, when we were freshmen. He's really weird.
Oh yeah.
He was like very pretentious. Like he thought his own art was like very good when it was really like deeply mediocre. And then he would always like say weird stuff to like us freshman girls. Like he would like poke fun at us, and it was like, okay, we're literally not speaking with you. And then like one time, like this happened on multiple occasions, but I talked about like needing a ride somewhere over the weekend. He was like, hey, if you ever need a ride, like hit me up. Like I can drive you somewhere. So I was like, I don't know who you are. Yeah. Which makes me glad I never hit him up for a ride, because I feel like I would be found dead in a ditch 30 miles from here if I had. So, you know.
Yeah.
Hey.
I've rethunk a lot of just not him but male situations. Like in middle school, I had a lot of weird shit happen. Weird things, and like is my best friend. He didn't do anything weird. Don't worry. I'm defending him.
Okay, I thought you were going to say
No,
that Mr. Hank did something dicey.
No, he's
like,
the best person ever.
Him.
He literally would stand up for me all the time when boys used to like throw things down my shirt. Like they would be like, haha, funny, put it in room, haha, funny. Like, why are you throwing things at me? I'm trying to do my art, leave me alone. But I would like scream at them, and I was like, yes.
Oh my god! Sorry, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
During class, like, told her that she should get that poster that's like 30 years from now, it won't matter what shoes you wore. You know that poster?
Yeah.
Oh, the corny one?
Yeah. And she was like, you know what? For you, I'll get that poster. And look at what she just emailed her whole class.
I love her.
Wait, Taylor,
save that. Can you send that to me? That's so cute.
I love her so much. You wanna know what she emailed me? She emailed me and was like, I didn't. She was like, I have a missing assignment in the group at the moment. Is there anything I can help you with? I always accept late work. And I was like, oh shoot, because there was like a slideshow we had to do, and I didn't put it in like the document that we were supposed to. I just like made a separate one because I thought we were sharing them during class, and that's how the credit was. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you can check the history. I did it in time. It's not late, but if you can't get any full credit, that's fine. And she replied in the most English teacher fashion, which was, done and done beautifully, right down to the aesthetic choices and the vergoning richness and analytics of each function. Beautiful. I love it.
Wow.
Thank you. And I was like, thank you.
She loves you.
Well, it's only because she had to email me privately because I like didn't put it incorrectly.
No, I could tell she would love you. Like, especially if you were in person. You're such like a person that would be loved by English teachers.
I'm loved by every other English teacher.
I was not loved by Miss. I was right next to her, so she would just talk to the people who she was right next to, like, and you wouldn't know if she was talking to you or her.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god, wait. You know how, like, Rowan, like, every day that you were out, like, she would make some, like, comment. Like, she would sit down at her desk and she'd be like, oh, Rowan isn't here. And she's like, So Miss did not like me. I do not like Miss. I don't care if he likes me, but I do not like him.
Incel.
I do not like frankly, I miss Miss and I kind of wish I hadn't taken AP Lit. Because I feel like would have liked me. Because every time I signed up for assignments, like she would always be like very enthused about the fact that I had like dyed hair. I would come in, she'd be like, "Whoa, purple hair!" And I'd be like, "Thanks."
Yeah, that's her. I think she really likes me.
And I hate him.
She talks
like he'll come into the class and she'll be like. She had to do a closing statement today that was like, "What do you have to say for the end of class?" And that's when he said to get the poster.
Wow.
Oh, he's like a weird little, like, awkward man.
He's actually very big. He's very tall.
I know, he's very tall, but he's, like, just, like, strange. Like, he doesn't... I don't know how to explain it. He doesn't feel like a person that should exist. He's like a sim. Like, he's like not.
I was like, he texted me, like, he has my number, but I don't think I think I just didn't add him back, or like I didn't like put him into my contacts. And sometimes he just like texts me during English. And the first text I got from an unknown number was, "You're so fertile," with a heart.
That is so weird.
Lena was talking about like fertility in women and how that was like an important thing.
Oh.
And I was like, I know this was like, I know this is someone from my English class, but I don't know who it is. And he went, "It's me, Jordan." And I was like, please. Yeah, the "you're so fertile" got me a little off guard. Bless you.
Bless you.
That my mom.
Sounds like a weird sort of like love proposition from the Middle Ages. Sounds like a marriage proposal.
You're
like,
so
pretty, fair maiden, you're so fertile.
Ew.
Take me to my estate at once.
Oh,
My
gross.
origin myth is about how people have glasses, and the story that we wrote was that like there was a really like sexy deity, and no one could look at them, but this guy looked at them, and then they went, "I shall not catch thy slacking," and then they like smited him with bad eyesight.
Ours is about why we have to wear gym uniforms, and so everyone had to wear like these really ugly things that went down to your like you couldn't show your elbows or your knees. I was writing it because I was making fun of how we can't show shoulders. I was like, this is what is deemed attractive. It's really strange. And then this girl, we named her Bearaline, and she spray paints a top and then cuts it, and it's called the Forbidden Crop Top. She wears it to gym class, and then he screams at her, and then everyone has to wear gym uniforms. Oh, he snaps his fingers like Thanos, and all their clothes just disappear, and then they have to run back to the locker rooms naked. And then
I'm still mad at Upper Dublin because they let an adult man in his 40s like literally bully me all of last year.
Yeah.
Like, I look back on that and I remember like being like, "Oh, this is so annoying" in the moment. But I look back on it and I'm like, I literally went to the school district and was like, "This adult man who you pay is like actually harassing me." And then the lady in guidance would be like, "Okay," and she would just like type really loud and be like, "Can you leave now?" And he was like, "Oh, all right, thanks."
Oh, I hate Miss Marissa. I had like a altercation with Miss
like, what kind of altercation are we talking?
She like showed her grades, and I was like, and I got like a bad score, and I was like super embarrassed. And she like went through all of us. I don't know if you remember this, Liz. And I was like, that's annoying. And she also like one time I had like a panic attack, and she got like really, really, really close to me, and then started like speaking in French, and I was like,
that would make you like psychoanalyze things. Like that would freak me out.
I was like, it was like hard to breathe, and I was like, you need to back up, and like, "Okay, hell," and I was like, please, and it was awful, and then like. And so there was one time where I had to like sit outside of the class. Amanda was there, and she walked by and was like, "Why are you not in class?" And I was like, "I need to get walked in the French class. Do you know a student is sitting outside?" Do you remember that? It was so embarrassing.
Oh my god! And then after that, I did not know her, but because I was like there with Jordan, like every time she saw me for the remainder of the school year, she'd be like, "You in the hallway. You're a good friend." And she would like walk away, and I'd be like, "What the hell?" Because I didn't recognize her at first, and then I was like, "Oh, I guess that must be Jordan's gym teacher." But the first time it happened, I was like walking somewhere, and she like pointed at me, and she was like, "You stop walking." And I was like, "Am I in trouble?" And she was like, "You're a really good friend. Your actions, they touched my heart." And then she would like start walking away, and I would be like, "What?"
I have this here, and she's so kind, but then
she's a really nice person. She is.
She's like really like timid. She always seems like she's scared of something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you have that for?
Foreign language in elementary students or schools. You remember how that girl used to come to our 5th grade class and teach us German?
We know what classes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
That's so fun. Well, my people taught us Spanish, and they didn't teach me anything before they left. And they gave us like a little fake quiz, and I got everything wrong. And they were like, "It's okay because you tried." And I was like, "Okay."
Thanks.
We had two. One of them was they taught us about rocks.
Oh.
Was I the only one that got that? They came in and talked to us about rocks. I specifically remember because they brought in a rock and was like, "This rock is soft," and all the kids were like, "Rocks can't be soft." And
wait, was it did they teach you about like the igneous, metamorphic, and
That is weird.
What's the last kind of rock?
Sedimentary.
Shut up.
Sedimentary.
Yes. Sedentary rocks. Sedimentary? Yes.
Jordan, what? Bird.
We would always like. I think mine was German. I remember because they had like a mushroom prop that was like really big and like made out of paper.
Is that a bird?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Here he is.
Bird.
Oh,
I don't know what you're.
Hi.
Cake.
Oh, it's so big. Big bird.
Jordan, do you ever miss Buddy? No.
Oh my God. That is
I can't believe
huge.
you. I love Buddy.
I do miss Buddy sometimes. I miss him because he really did like me and he would spend a lot of time with me. But he was like, I think if I had him during online school, I would not be able to do it.
Well, yeah, Buddy was like insane. So there's that.
He's in a better place now.
Do you guys ever draw shapes and then you like them, so then you keep them even though it's not in the original drawing? You're like, I just like this shape.
In a still life or just in general?
In general.
Then yes.
I do that. I'm doing it in the still life. I literally don't care if it looks like it.
Good.
But also not
I'm trying
good.
to make mine look like it because my last still life was like bad.
I just want it to look cool. I care more about that.
Look like the picture and more needs to look good from an outside.
Yeah, mine too. Like, I want to make my composition really good this year. That's the goal.
Mine just looks like that, period. So, I'm trying to fix that.
Mine didn't look bad, but everything I did was too light, and there was just too much white space. So I want to really make sure that I do almost everything.
I want to make mine, like, super dark. I was trying to blow the water out of my phone today, so there's water in my phone right now. And I'm charging it wirelessly, but, like, I was trying to blow it out, and it looked like I was, like, I'll show you. Look, it looks like I'm, like, hitting something. Like it looks like I'm doing drugs. So I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Rolling with the big vape on Zoom.
Yeah, like fat vape. Fat vape on Zoom.
We all know who they are.
Fat vape on Zoom.
I found the eraser.
You found what?
I found the eraser.
Guys,
I love how she always calls it a white eraser when ours is like blue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get you all holiday presents this year. I want to.
Very juicy of you.
I love the
We
holidays.
should do, like, a holiday exchange for the art
Yeah.
Not for everyone in the art class.
No.
You mean
5.
Jean is not invited to any such events. No, Jean.
Maybe gift for Greggy.
No.
I think we should name our gift fest after him. Make it like the Greggy gift exchange.
Oh my God! That is so genius. Like okay, Gregory gift exchange. That's so good.
Like, I can't tell.
What?
What?
Davis like him?
Yes. Well, no.
I think he was.
He likes his family, but not him specifically.
He has 2 older sisters.
Yeah, his sisters were really, really good, and Greg like doesn't talk in class. He goes like this. He goes, nah, yeah, And so
He sleeps sometimes. He's not a bad. He's a good artist.
he's good.
But his pictures were just like more energetic, like his people.
And he doesn't have.
Oh my god! Something I think about all the time is when we did the landscape and pastel, and we had to like do the critique, and she's like, "Greggy, show us what you made." She brought it up, and she was like, "What is it, Greggy? Tell us." And he was like, "It's like a hellscape."
and then
Self-portrait was really good though.
yeah. And he was doing his project, and then Miss comes by, and she's like, "You didn't do enough, Greggy," and she slams the pastels down on the table.
I like how she'd always like harass him because he would like, in fairness, he would like never do his work. So he would come in like a little bit late. She'd like yell at him, and then like halfway through the period, she'd get up and she'd be like, "I have to go check what Greggy's doing." And she wasn't like right across the room and could hear her, and then she'd go over and she'd be like, "What do you got, Greggy?" I do this, and she'd be like, "You're not doing your work, Greggy. You have to bring it home. You have to bring it home tonight. I want to see you finish this by tomorrow." And it's like, "Okay,
Yes,
please."
yeah, she would. I can't stop laughing today. Everything is
And he was
so
like literally
funny.
only just like in response to all that, he would just be like, "Okay."
Nah, yeah.
And he would like put his headphones in and like literally sleep sometimes. Oh my god. Oh my god, one time she like walked in a little bit late and she was like, "Guess what I just did? I just busted 2 kids in the hallway."
And she was like, "They were kissing in the alcove," and I was like,
Yeah, she was like, "They were canoodling in the alcove," and I said, "What class are you in?" And they said, "Lunch," and I went, "Go back to lunch." And I was like, oh.
It was so funny.
For a second, we thought it was being.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Liz. One time she told us a story of when she caught kids. She was like, when I was in high school, there were these girls smoking cigarettes in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom too, but I wasn't smoking. And the teacher came in and walked in, and I got in trouble with the rest of them. So now I'd never do that. So she thought a student was juuling in the bathroom, so she hid in the stall. So she could catch exactly who it was and not like falsely blame anyone, because that happened to her in high school. And she went, and then I popped out from the stall and said, "I gotcha."
I love
She's like
her.
a mad woman. I can't believe she's like a real person who exists.
She's so cute.
I love her. She's like literally insane.
Sometimes I just pray that she's not a Trump supporter.
No,
She definitely couldn't be. A woman who laughs that hard at like a martini that looks like Baby Yoda could in no way support Trump.
I don't think she's the type of like older lady that's like, "Oh, what a moron."
Yeah.
Yeah, she really is. She's like, "Stupid, idiot, moron." She's like the type that just like doesn't make any comment besides just like insulting him as a person. That's like my grandma.
I think probably like I think she probably votes Democrat. But I feel like she probably does not know that much about the Democrats, other than she just doesn't like the Republicans. And I feel like she's one of those people who like likes Joe Biden because he was like hot when he was 20. I feel like she'd be the kind of person who'd be like, "Ah, Joe Biden, what a
like John Mulaney's mom.
I have no memory of this bit, but
There
I was
is
gonna say like Leslie Knope, but
Oh yeah.
John Mulaney's mom. That is like the most that's the most like realistic thing I've ever heard about someone in my life. She sounds like him.
Also, let's remember that Miss art school.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Liz, one time every time I talk about huffing glue, she always laughs. She's never like, "Don't huff glue, Jordan." She's always like, "Jordan." I like the smell of rubber cement. And like one time we were like playing with the rubber cement, and Amanda was trying to make like one of those little balls.
Yeah.
And I thought she'd be like, "Amanda, don't do that," but she was like, "Amanda, this is how you do it." And she put it on her palm and went, "You rub it around like this." And then she That is so funny.
That's crazy.
she's the second teacher to endorse me making things unrelated to art or school with rubber cement. So I'm really proud of her for that. The first one was back in her class. She would just let me do whatever I wanted because she liked me. So I would get this thing of rubber cement and I would dilute it with hand sanitizer, and then I would pump it out onto the packing tape that she had, and then close it in like this little envelope of packing tape and rubber cement and hand sanitizer, and I would put it on her desk at the end of class. And she never had like any statements about this. Like she never said anything like pro or against me doing this. It would just happen.
It's like it's so sad. Like the golden moments is when you're just like sitting doing your work and she just like comes over to you and does stuff.
She steals our
she did Rowan's
food.
whole fatigue for her.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
Oh, it's like just let her do the work.
She was like, "You do it like this, and then a little more, and then a little more."
Like you had gotten the turtle wax and she was going to show you, and then like 20 minutes went by and she was like, I think we need more orange. I'm going to go
this
get
is
it.
so fun.
Okay.
Oh my god, my boss does that same thing. I hate when people do that. I hate when people are showing you what to do, and instead of like just showing you a little bit and then having you do it, they just like do half of the whole thing, and you just like stand and watch, and it's like you showed me already.
Yeah. Shoot. What was I gonna say, man?
Oh damn it! Shoot.
In all fairness, I don't think she can help it. She's just a mad woman. Like that's her profession.
Yeah.
I love her to death. Oh, shoot. I can't stop laughing.
Wait, do you guys know that one clip of those like British, like I don't know what they are. I guess like they must be like porn stars or something.
Da Vinci?
These massive like fake boobs, and they always make these videos together, and they're like, "We're the cock destroyers. We'll have to go destroy some cocks." And it's like, I know you're trying to do this as like part of your like porn star act, but that is the funniest thing that you could have ever said. Like, I can't believe you're saying that seriously. You don't find that funny at all? That you're just saying that? Like, seriously?
I thought you were gonna say Da Vinci.
Oh.
I know
That's
that's
funny, but I feel like it must be an act. Like, there's no way that the education system failed them that hard.
The only reason I don't think it's an act is because if you scroll back before that, like they didn't choose to, like, you know, like the type of content where they're like stupid on purpose.
Yeah.
Their content before that was like wrestling videos.
That's weird.
And maybe it was all to build like their himbo reputation. Like people would go back and think that
they're not attractive enough to be himbos.
But they fit the thing. Like they're like weird little like burly gremlin men with no brain.
Yeah.
Gremlin
I
man.
think that's really. I think the fact that they have the same really bad haircut, but I feel like it has to be like a joke to some extent because I heard they started selling like merch with it on it. Like if they were actually that stupid, like yeah, they might not understand people are making fun of them, but at some point, like it has to get to them that like I feel like if they were actually that dumb, they would not be capitalizing on it. You know?
Yeah. Maybe they have a manager.
Yeah.
They are wrestlers.
I feel like maybe the one with maybe like the Da Vinci one, like the Da Vinci thing that went viral was like actually them being stupid. But then I see them do more, and there are some that are like, it's like, what is the solid form of water? And then they like don't know it, and it's like, king, it's ice. Like you've been on the earth for like 20 some years. There's no way you don't know what ice is.
Oh, and it was like, when does the Cold War end? And they're like, summer. And it's like. I think like even if it was planned, that doesn't make it less funny because there's so much that goes into the video that makes it funny.
I think it's the haircuts. I think the haircuts is really
it's the haircut. It's the fact that one of them doesn't even say coherent sounds. He just goes yes. It's the fact that the answer to who painted the Mona Lisa was Mona Lisa.
And that
Kings thought she made her own self-portrait.
And that they said it at the same time.
Yeah, and with the same inflection.
Da Vinci? Oh, I love psychoanalyzing this. I hope historians do this when we're like old. Yeah, I hope they like go into Twitter and they're like, what was this? And then they have to like psychoanalyze them. I hope we have to do like when we rewrite the school system, I hope kids have to write essays about these things. Like that's what I want my kids to learn, to be honest.
You know, the really funny thing is probably what's going to happen because most memes are based off like some sort of like social event. Like most things are a result of other things. Like there have been a ton of things that have been like like the Harambe thing. Like that was a big news thing, and then it became a meme. So there's like they're definitely going to have to like read about that.
Did you guys see that one that was like the butterfly effect and how if Harambe didn't die, Trump wouldn't have won. Oh my god, that looks so good. Wow.
Bottle from far away, though.
Literally,
I cannot see my
this
face
is what
being
I've
like-
done.
This is not like a heart that's in front of it. It's not like a.
Beads.
Yeah.
Beads. I need some Old Spice. One of the best things about online school is that nobody knows. And now you know. I sweat so much, and like I hate girl deodorant because it doesn't work. But then I don't want to smell like Old Spice. So here,
You don't like the smell of Old Spice?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if people smell me as Old Spice, they would be like, strange.
No.
The Fiji scent of Old Spice
Oh.
is the best kind.
You're right.
I have Fiji.
But it hurts my armpits.
I have Dragon Blast.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of girls use Old Spice, and that's because it's good.
Yeah, like why
Don't
doesn't
be afraid.
why doesn't
I mean,
it
I
work?
find that Old Spice isn't the best for like actually being sweaty, but it smells really good. So
Yeah.
I haven't found a one that even works better, so
It's better than like Dove. That's what I used before.
I use like off-brand, store-brand ones that my mom gets.
I think the Dove one works like fine. You just have to apply it again if you get super sweaty. So I use like the Dove one whenever I'm actually sweaty, but then I use Old Spice like during the winter where it's like less like, oh, I have to put on deodorant because I'm gonna sweat so much, and more just like I have to put on deodorant because I'm a clean, hygienic individual. You know?
Early thing is typing.
What?
I swear, deodorant does not exist in his house. It can't. I don't know. One time, like when his brother was a senior at the same time that we were freshmen. So I remember one time I went to like this theater thing, and like his brother was like doing like some light thing, and I was put on like the light team to help him, and there was also there, and like both of them smelled like so bad. Like I swear, like they either like don't have deodorant or like detergent or something. Like it's something that like runs in their family. Like they are not properly being taught about like body odor because both of them smell
People
like
just
so
not
bad.
self-aware of how they smell. Like I understand, it's like if you're around yourself, you can't really tell your natural like odor because you're like used to it. Like I know when I smell bad, like when I smell like sweaty.
Yeah, I know it's like the whole like you get used to like, but I think the thing is like you get used to like the smell of like your skin and stuff like that. It's like you get used to the smell of your own skin, like your own laundry detergent, stuff like that. But I feel like because like if you smelled bad, you would be able to tell. Like,
yeah, but it's not like
I mean, not that I'm like actively out here smelling bad all the time, but like every time that I do smell bad, I'm like aware of it because you go on like a room where you sit in a car and you smell something weird and you're like, what the hell is that? And you like smell yourself and you're like, shit, I'm the smelly one. Like. I don't know how they couldn't be aware. Like, do their parents also smell? Like,
Probably.
I don't get it.
Didn't we have to be back in class at 15?
Well, no.
She's not talking. I'm pretty sure like, it used to be 15 and then she's been changing it to like 7.
I love her. She's so cute.
I like how she looks like a little fish when she types. She's always like.
So it's because of the angle. I don't know why she looks up. Maybe it's probably because bifocal.
And she probably can't see.
It's also probably because like her back, right? So she probably wants to sit with good posture.
Yeah. Everything roots back to her back though.
He is talking.
You could say.
Oh yeah.
Muted.
We have to go.
Want to touch base?
Oh shit! I muted the tab.
The class period.
Bye.
Virginia.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.